Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start this video off by saying a few things first. Please ignore the messy desk. I was at PAX Prime this entire weekend. This is all PAX Prime related stuff. Secondly, I am a big fan, always have been a big fan of GradeAunderA's content. I was at PAX Prime when I got an influx of tweets saying, GradeAunderA roasted you, you got shit on, mate. There's no coming back from that. But you see, I'm the type of person who just like bends backwards and like lets people shit on me because one, it's free publicity, whether it's positive or negative. And two, I can take any sort of shit from any sort of YouTuber, no matter what is thrown at me, because I've been on this platform for almost 8 years. Like, there's nothing nobody can say that's not going to rustle my jimmies. But I do feel a need to respond to this because despite GradeAunderA's video being really, really good, recommend you watch it, it's linked down below, he does in fact reference me about halfway through the video and he attempts to try to shit on me. And I was like, what? Why is Grade, one of my favorite people who watch, trying to shit on me, of all people? There's a lot of other people who actually were a lot more upset and made a big deal about it on YouTube. I just want to say, if you're one of his sheep who have came from his channel over to my original video I made last week and is disliking it, calling me a fucking idiot because you don't know anything about advertisers. No, bitch, you don't know anything about advertising on YouTube. And you, Grade, are very misinformed when it comes to advertising on YouTube. You got the majority of it right on your video, but there was a lot of stuff that you're missing. And you made a very unfair assessment, especially towards me, and we're going to address that today. So whether you're a fan of me, whether you're a fan of Grade, I don't really care. Please watch this video all the way full, have an open mind, and you will in fact learn some new things that you didn't know.
My videos were deemed not advertiser friendly! How dare you!
Newer videos that I've made that have also been quote-unquote demonetized because it's not quote-unquote advertiser friendly.
This one is making my head hurt. Okay, listen, right, idiot. People had videos with tags like ISIS, rape, and suicide, and they're complaining about the lack of corporate advertisements their videos got.
No, actually, that's not what I was complaining about. I wasn't complaining that my video on ISIS got demonetized or videos with certain words like rape. I'm fully aware, and if you've been a viewer of mine for any amount of time, I've made videos in the past on how to get advertisers and how to get clients and how to get sponsors on this channel and how they operate. I've been declined numerous sponsorships and numerous advertising because I talk about controversial shit. Me complaining about the demonetization had nothing to do with those videos, but rather if you took the time, Grade, you would see that in some of those videos, some of them didn't make any sense. One of the biggest videos that didn't make any sense was the one listed at the very bottom titled, What is Under Your Tree? Literally opening and showing what I got for Christmas when I lived at my parents' house. I figured that it had to be the title. No, it wasn't the title. That video got demonetized. Figured it had to be the description. No, it wasn't that. And I even went to the tags of those videos, and you can see the tags right here. The video got demonetized. Why exactly did this video get demonetized with all these other videos? I have no fucking idea. And even now, the list has grown on more videos that have been demonetized on my channel. Videos that don't have any objectionable tags about death, suicide. And this is just one of many. So what I've come to the conclusion as is one, YouTube system does in fact detect certain words like ISIS, rape, terrorism, religion, whatever it be. Those words that are either in the tags, description, or the title do in fact get your video demonetized. Now, if you take those tags away, you can get it remonetized. But what's even more funky is that my videos that were demonetized, some of them I resubmitted for a second appeal process, I was told by YouTube that they were not going to be monetized. This was with the second appeal. And guess what? I went to the original video, and look here. The video is monetized. There's a green $sign next to my video, despite it saying that it's not monetizable. What the fuck, YouTube? So from what I understand, YouTube has a system which backlists certain words, like GradeAunderA says. Advertisers have the right to opt out or opt in. However it works, I don't know. But that video will get demonetized based upon what's in your tags, description, whatever. But it's also a broken system because it's also demonetizing videos of mine that don't have anything, that have nothing objectionable, have nothing in the title, tags, or description. So no, YouTube's automated fucking system is not 100% accurate because videos of mine are being demonetized that don't have any of this ISIS rape bullshit that's in the titles. Secondly, if you want to criticize me for my title, my argument towards that is that one, I try to make my titles as accurate as possible on the things that I'm covering. And many of the videos that I've even made about, articles that I've covered, I even take usually the exact title out of the article or the video, and I use that because I like people to know exactly what they're clicking on. I'm not one of these fucking douchebags who tries to make false titles to get all those extra clicks, and then the video is not about what I actually titled it. That fucking pisses me off. That was a huge thing on YouTube, and YouTube eventually made rules against false titles here on YouTube. Same with false thumbnails. So that's why I title my videos certain things. So Grade, me complaining or bitching was about videos that didn't make sense. And I really wish you took the time to actually go through some of those videos to see where they had no objectionable content anywhere. That's what I was talking about. I mean, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid, especially when I've had videos on this channel where I've talked about how to get sponsors and how to get proper advertisers. I'm very aware that advertisers don't have to be on videos that I talk about rape. I'm aware of that. That's not what I was complaining about.
Are you fucking retarded, mate? For example, right, Mr. Repzion, who's a YouTuber who often talks about some very controversial topics with over 500,000 subscribers, right? He recently made a video where he's complaining non-stop, outraged that he had 40 of his videos, that's 3.4%, right, demonetized. Now listen, that sounds quite bad, right? But then he shows a list of some of the videos that advertisers didn't want their names on, and I'm telling you, man, him only losing 3.4% was generous as fuck!
I realize, Grade, that it's really not about how many videos that got demonetized, but it's about how many views that video has in which the demonetization process actually matters. For example, the video that I referenced that doesn't make any sense that got demonetized, my video, What's Under Your Tree, that video has 2,500 views. That's not gonna make me any goddamn money. But some of the videos that I have gotten over 300,000. Some even have 500,000. The video gets demonetized of that view, with that many views, it does affect income, whether you would not acknowledge that or not. If all of my videos from like when I first started YouTube got demonetized, I wouldn't give a shit because they don't make me any money. They have like 2,000 views. Secondly, you can say, well, YouTube's being really generous with you. Dude, you make almost $3,000 on Patreon every month. So if every single one of your videos got demonetized, you would still have something to set back or fall back on of $3,000 a month on Patreon. I don't have that type of support. I'm not as big as you. Therefore, when videos get demonetized that have a significant number of views, like 300,000, that is going to affect me financially. But I was stupid. I was stupid for even thinking that this was a smart idea, is to go YouTube full time and rely upon ad revenue off of YouTube videos. That is my mistake. I acknowledge that.
He had videos about some very advertiser-friendly topics, such as Islam, death and suicide.
What you fail to realize is that some of those videos that got demonetized, I made and selected. Yes, I made and selected pre-roll ads on my videos. For those of you who don't know, I can actually do that. For instance, when I upload a video onto YouTube, typically, just a normal video, I monetize that video, randomized ads that I don't choose what they are appear on those videos. Many of them are pre-roll ads. I don't have any say in the matter of what they are. I have found that when I talk about a video, one of my videos on shitting on Mormonism, and an ad pops up on, you should join the Mormon church. I've had tons of ads that that contradict the topic that I'm talking about, which I've always found funny. I would talk to a client, and I would either film a pre-roll ad on my video, so a pre-roll ad would pop up in the video and it would be me promoting a product. Or secondly, I'd manually select a certain advertisement that would play on these videos that got demonetized, and this ad would play on the video that I selected for a TV show or something. Now, when I did this, it was through the guerrilla campaign of Full Screen. I would always make sure any client I talked to, any sponsor I talked to, I always make it very clear, and I tell them flat out that my content is controversial. In many cases, I've had sponsors pull back and say, you know, we don't want to work with you. Other sponsors are like, we don't really give a shit as long as you bring in the views, as long as you bring in the clicks, that's all that matters. Audible, one of my favorite companies, is one of those companies that does that. I've been sponsored by them for almost 3.5 years. I've talked about every topic you can possibly imagine. Religion, rape, terrorism, ISIS, and they didn't give a living shit. Same with the pre-roll ads that I've done on this channel, where I pop up as the pre-roll ad, talking about a certain product, or I select a pre-roll ad that I want to be played on my videos. And if the client has already approved that I can talk about what I've talked about, rape, ISIS, whatever, and that video still got demonetized, which has happened, then what the fuck? If I have advertiser approval to talk about what I talk about, and that video still gets demonetized because it uses certain keywords, this further proves that the system is even more broken, and that's a complete fucking automated system. No one is manually sitting on YouTube checking through the appeal process. It's all an algorithm. So what you call not advertiser friendly is in fact advertiser friendly, because I've done sponsored videos on those topics that I've talked about, and I've done adverts, pre-roll ads on those videos that I've talked about. That's why I was complaining. That's why I was confused. How can I make pre-roll ads for a company that's already approved what I can talk about, and then it still gets demonetized? It's like, okay, what?
Some random cartoon porn shit.
Secondly, I love how you think that I'm entitled to have all of my videos put on ad revenue. You then say at the very bottom of your video, but Repzion demands a sponsor for his cartoon porn. Really, Grade? See, now you're just taking me completely out of context, because nowhere did I demand that I get sponsored. Sponsors and advertisements are two completely different things. You can advertise and be sponsored, but you can also have an advertiser who you're not sponsored by. In my original video, I said this. Now, even in a network, you can have videos demonetized based upon certain type of content if it's really, really, really bad, sexual, or like graphic, involving, drugs. If your video gets age restricted, you can lose monetization because only people 18 plus can watch it. And those are fine, those are fine. I've had a few age-restricted videos that I don't really care about that. But Repzion demands a sponsor for his Honey Pop videos. And this is what I'm talking about, Greg. You're completely taking me out of context here. No place in my video did I demand that my videos on Honey Pop get sponsored or get ad revenue. In fact, I knew playing that game ahead of time. The moment I uploaded, they would be age-restricted, which is why I mentioned what I did, that certain videos of mine have been age-restricted. Because when videos are age-restricted, they are not able to be monetized. Like, I know that, yet here you're trying to make me look out like an idiot, like I'm demanding super sexualized video games to be advertiser friendly. Like, I thought you were better than this, man. Completely trying to take me out of context here?
Numerous videos on rape, and even a couple of videos about raping your family. You cannot be fucking serious, hey mate.
You're the typical YouTuber who never reads the description, the typical YouTuber who sees a title of the video and makes a pure judgment on the title. Come on, dude. You are better than this. Have you even watched some of my videos where I've talked about rape? And as mentioned earlier, my titles are a reflection of what I'm actually talking about in typically the response or the article. I don't want false titles, therefore I title it what I think is appropriate. And as previously mentioned, I've had pre-roll ads of myself and sponsored videos where I've talked about and had approval of these clients already. So that completely negates the fact that it's not advertiser friendly when I've been approved by advertisers.
How can you complain that advertisers don't want to associate with your ISIS rape suicide video? Listen, it makes perfect sense that certain companies don't want to associate with certain videos. Like, for example, right? Do you think McDonald's or Burger King wants to advertise on fitness videos? Do you think that Disney wants to advertise on death metal songs? Of course not. Listen, there are certain types of videos that will turn off certain types of companies, like these ones, and there are certain types of videos that will turn away all companies. Hence your video gets demonetized. It's not a fucking surprise, so stop acting like it is. Right, it's a tweet that Boogie made where he complains about a bunch of videos he made on the topic of suicide and helping people having those thoughts. He wrongly blames YouTube for this, and I understand his frustrations, right? But again, YouTube has no say in the matter. If advertisers are saying, we don't want to advertise on videos about suicide, in all reality, they have every right to do that. And YouTube has to listen and enforce that. And that sucks, right? But here's the problem. These videos that Boogie made are good. As in, they're videos that help people. They're positive videos. These kind of videos need to exist on YouTube.
And this is the really confusing part. You criticize me for talking about suicide and rape, yet you glorify someone talking about suicide, depression, and mental health. Many of those videos that I've talked about on rape and sexual abuse are intended to help people. Have you ever typed in Mr. Repzion, depression, mental health, sexual abuse, Mr. Repzion? You criticize me for making these videos, but you don't criticize Boogie for making those videos. And by the way, I love Boogie. If you don't watch him, subscribe to him. I'm just really confused by your blatant hypocritical double standard here on how you can criticize and shit on me for video titles that pertain to the same sort of shit. Because I know for a fact that a lot of my videos have helped hundreds of thousands of people, especially my videos on how to heal from self-harm and sexual abuse. But oh no, I'm gonna criticize you for making stuff like that, but I'm not gonna criticize someone who's doing the exact same shit. It's like, what? Come on, Grade, don't be someone who plays this double standard card. I have a whole fucking playlist designed for mental health And many of all that stuff has been demonetized, and that's okay. And if I want to talk about mental health, I'm going to make it regardless of whether I make money on it or not. Anyways, I just wanted to make this response. I hope you guys learned something, so I want to recap. One, my original video was complaining about the fact that I actually had made pre-roll ads and had been approved to talk about what I did on those ads on my videos. I've done sponsored videos which have been demonetized that have been approved by clients. So if the advertisers are in fact approving me to talk about these certain things, why then is YouTube's automated system demonetizing me for that? And Grade, for future reference, please do a little bit more research on some of my videos that were demonetized, because your video could have been a lot stronger if you had mentioned the fact that YouTube's system is in fact broken, because my videos that have nothing objectionable in it, as proven by What's Under My Tree, and many other of my content, has been demonetized for no goddamn reason. This is my response to GradeAunderA. I mean no ill will towards him. I still like his content. I'm not gonna unsub or anything like that. I just find it really ironic, considering he'd choose me rather than another YouTuber who I'm not gonna name his name, but he got like almost 4 million views of him using a false title saying, "My YouTube channel is going to be deleted." Like, he literally says that in the title of his video, "YouTube's deleting my channel." Yet he uses someone like me who actually had valid complaints on videos that got demonetized that were sponsored and were approved for advertising. It's still demonetized. Anyways, this was my response. Hope you guys liked it. Don't know if Grade's actually going to watch this or not, but feel free to tweet it to him. Who knows? Peace.